Hello there, everybody. How are you all doing today? Welcome back to Megan and me playing through Persona 4.
Yay, we're doing it.
Yay, we're doing it. So, as a little thing here, Megan and I did do this bit already, but I don't know why it happened. Once again, the file got corrupt like 8 minutes in. Don't know why that was. Hopefully that's sorted. If it's not, whatever. I still am gonna check like every hour or so just to make sure the recording is fine, as I've been doing. So not really gonna change much. But we'll just go through the things that were new that we went through already. So first we had some new stuff here, which surprised me because I thought I was done with this. Turns out they're showing off the new personas, so I assume you unlock them as you go through and unlock the ones for these guys, which is pretty cool. So firstly, we have this one.
The finalized design for Susanoo, Yosuke Hanamura's awakened persona. It was designed as what Yosuke would imagine as a persona that presides over storms.
Now, I want to say that that's actually something that I just kind of realized, that he uses wind. So a persona that presides over storms makes a lot of sense.
It does, yeah.
And then we have this one here.
Finalized design for Suzuka Gongo, Chie Satonaka's awakened persona. The helmet has been changed from the one worn by Tomoe to an off-road version.
Now, I think that is pretty cool. And I also do like how it literally is just the same pose and the same, look, right? But like they just updated it and changed some stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. I actually think that's better to do that than going from this to this, you know, because I mean, it's the same style of pose, I suppose, but like, I don't really see how this kind of turns into this. You know what I mean?
Whereas it's a little bit weird.
Yeah. Whereas I can see how this turns into that, you know, like it becomes a little more powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I will say, I think most of the awakenings in this game are pretty similar to Chie's, where they kind of just change a couple design features.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. This one just seems almost too drastic. You know what I mean? Of like a change. Yeah. Not bad. I do like Susanoo, but I don't know. I think this something like this is just better because you can see this and then it's like, okay, well, yeah, but now... Yeah, so she has her staff, I think that's a staff. I don't quite know what it's actually is. I don't know what kind of weapon that is now that I think about it.
I'm not sure either.
But, she has her staff. She has her little headgear, like her helmet and everything. And then it's like, well, her helmet just becomes a bit different. And her staff turns into like a lightsaber, which is cool. Yeah. Right? But yet you can still see the original design there. And then I guess the hair becomes inverted, so it goes from like black to white. Yeah. Which is interesting. So, I like that. I like that a lot. But you go from like this to this, it's like, okay, where'd the hair come from? Was it underneath that? I mean, I guess it could have been, but like how would you, like, how does this become this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the design is pretty different. I don't know, maybe there's more of a reason to that. I don't remember if they mentioned specifically in like the design book I have, because a lot of these are taken directly from the design book, so there might not be any more detail.
Maybe not. Many of these ones, which were all new, as far as I understand. Okay, hold on. Just because we're probably gonna get some commentary over it, we'll go ahead and we'll just do it this way.
This was drawn for the cover of the August 2008 issue of Famitsu PSP and PS3. Behind the glasses-wearing protagonists is Izanagi, whose strong gaze reflects their determination to pursue the truth.
See, and I think that's really neat. And I think this is pretty cool too, right? How it's kind of like the same. Which in the original one, I took a guess that this was probably like an inside cover or something. I was close. This
was drawn for the back cover of the August 2008 issue of Famitsu PSP and PS3. In contrast to that issue's front cover, the protagonists are depicted without their glasses at school, where they spend their daily lives. The warm retro shade of yellow is the theme color for the game.
Which I think this one's pretty cool too.
I like that one a lot.
This piece was drawn for the cover of the August 8th, 2008 issue of Dengeki PlayStation. Yellow light is pouring out of the monitor, drawn underneath the protagonist, as if heeding the power he is releasing, and it is brightly lighting up both him and his persona Izanagi that has appeared behind him.
And this one I've seen quite a few times, because this is the one that, at least the eyes, are used on the Steam kind of cover art, I guess you could put it, like the kind of header art.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which is pretty cool.
This was drawn for the September 2008 issue of Dengeki Mao. It depicts the protagonist, whose gaze is fixed upon the truth before him, and his persona, which grants him the power to grasp that truth.
And this one seems pretty cool too, I think.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned in the previous one, which I thought you mentioned now, it's a little edgy, but, you know.
I mean, a little bit, but it's cool.
This was drawn for the December 2008 issue of Play magazine. The protagonist is depicted as ready for battle, with his two weapons, a sword, and a persona card. This was drawn for the cover design of a Persona 4 tie-in novel, Amnesia of the Fog. Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko are shown with Junes apparently being projected on top of them.
See, now, I didn't know there were Persona 4 novels, like tie-in novels.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Would be curious to check it out.
Yeah. And then you looked it up after we saw it the initial time, and then something about a Reddit post. I don't quite remember what you said.
Oh, it was a Reddit post that had a translation of it.
Yeah, okay. So I was trying to feed you that so you would say it yourself naturally, Megan. And then you did.
No.
This was drawn for the cover design of a Persona 4 tie-in novel, Your Affection. A wistful scene of a peaceful time for the protagonists is shown as if captured by a camera.
See, and I do kind of like the candidness of this one too, right? Because like they said, it is very much like you captured it from a camera, you know?
Yeah.
Which I like.
This was used as the cover design for the official Persona 4 art book. Behind the lined-up protagonists are each of their personas looking in the same direction, giving it a modern, artistic feel.
Yeah, and I do like this one.
I always like the cover of the art book. Like, the art style, admittedly, the colors are a little bit flat. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of that, but the book itself is really good.
And I do like this one. I do like the movement and sense of movement in this one.
This was used as the cover design for Persona Club P4. The main characters are shown walking across the front and back covers, giving the viewer a heartwarming feeling.
So
yeah, it's kind of nice to see the different characters here.
It is very nice. And what I do kind of like about this one too, and find really interesting, which I did mention in the previous one, I would like to mention it again, is I never realized how short and small Naoto actually is compared to, say, like Kanji, for example, right? Like, she's actually really small.
She is. Kanji's just very tall.
He is very tall. And then you mentioned also in the last one, which I will, once again, hoping you can't say yourself, that she is probably roughly the same size as Yukiko, I believe.
Yeah, maybe slightly smaller just because Yukiko's on heels.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's really, it's just kind of interesting. It's neat to see these because, like, you don't really get a sense for the height as much in the game, right? They all kind of seem to be about the same height to me. But through this, you can really see, like, how different they actually are in terms of height. Like, I never noticed that the main character is actually taller than Yukiko, like, by that much.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. But he's actually not that much shorter than Dojima either.
Yeah, right? And I do like how down here you have, like, the broken DVD as well.
Trial of the Dragon.
Trial of the Dragon 2, apparently. And she's like, yo, I'm gonna kill you. And then
I do have to wonder how he broke it like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. And then over here you kind of have just like Teddy getting owned, which I think is really funny, to be honest. Just
actually, it almost looks like he's grabbing Yukiko's leg there.
Kind of actually. Maybe he is. Maybe he is supposed to be, because she's looking down and kind of like shocked. So
Yeah.
maybe Risei's like pushing her over to get to the main character, Fraggin here. And he's like falling and grabbing onto her leg for support. I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And Dojima just being Dojima, you know?
I mean, cool guy with jacket over shoulder.
This was drawn as a pre-order bonus for a particular shop. The protagonist and Teddy are shown on a background that symbolizes their being lured into the TV world.
And this one I like.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
This was drawn as a pre-order bonus for a particular shop. The image shows the protagonist with his sword drawn and Naoto readying her gun.
See, I do have to wonder which shop the pre-order bonuses were for.
I would be curious.
Because we can assume...
I do like how in this one you can see on their uniforms that Naoto has the little one and you have 2 for second year.
Yeah, which is really interesting. I do kind of like that. It's a nice detail.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I'd be curious which shop gave these as pre-orders. I'm going to assume probably a place in Japan.
I mean, I assume all of these are Japan exclusive. I don't think we got any, like, pre-orders like that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Also, just an interesting thing. She has a little thingy on the bottom of her revolver.
A cord, I guess it attaches to her belt?
I guess. Huh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Huh, okay.
This piece was drawn as a pre-order bonus for a particular shop. Rosette in her swimsuit is reminiscent of the very beginning of the game.
Now, you did point out that they put the website where people would look naturally, right? Of course.
Yeah.
But I just find it interesting that they have that there to begin with. I kind of wonder why, because, like, I don't know, I feel like if I pre-ordered something and then it had, like, a website kind of just, like, unnaturally put on an area, I might think that's a little bit off, you know?
Well, yeah, it's one thing to have it, like, on the corner of the poster or something, but it's literally on her image, right?
Yeah.
This was drawn as a pre-order bonus for a particular shop. The way Naoto and Yukiko stand back to back, gazing at the viewer, gives this design a mysterious quality.
Yeah, I do like this one, because they don't normally pair Naoto and Yukiko together, so it's kind of interesting to see.
It is pretty interesting to see, yeah. I think that's... Oh, no, that's not it for pre-order stuff. It's this one.
This was drawn as a pre-order bonus for a particular shop. Chie sits in a yukata on a narrow wooden passageway, casting a cute glance at the viewer. The watermelon and fan in the background hint at a summertime scene.
Yeah, so that is the last of the pre-order stuff. We'll get to the other ones soon. But Megan and I had like a small discussion. Wasn't really a discussion. It was actually very quick as to which one of these we kind of preferred as a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
We both agreed it was this one.
I think that one's just the best one.
Yeah, I have to agree.
This was drawn as a present card for the Persona 4 trading card set. Teddy is dressed in the clothes he wore during the cross-dressing pageant held at Yasogami High, baffling the viewer.
Now,
yeah, I didn't realize there was a TCG.
Yeah, me neither. Which makes me think we should try to look for some of the cards.
Yeah.
This was drawn for the Persona 4 card in the Weiss Schwarz game. Its heroic design depicts the protagonist standing in a torrent of power. Izanagi no Okami, showing his true bonds, stands behind him.
Now, I will say that this may slightly spoil like what you get for completing, I believe, the Fool one, right? Completing the Fool
Possibly.
thing. But, I mean, I don't really care. You can't really see it anyway, to be honest. I assume that's a face. I don't know for sure. Which is funny, considering Megan and I, when we were going through the art for the new Persona things for the last, like in the last set of concept art, where they're showing like Susanoo and stuff, Megan made the comment that, oh, it's pretty good that they're not showing you the new Personas and they're unlocking as you get them. And then we get here and I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't really matter. I can't see it anyway. And I kind of had a feeling I'd get an Izanagi, like another Izanagi, because I mean, that's just kind of his persona, right?
Yeah, because like it unlocked new stuff, and I'm like, oh, is it gonna spoil the other awakenings? But the game's good about that, so I guess we'll have to check back periodically to see the other ones.
Yeah.
This was drawn for a special Famitsu.com blog page. These images are different from the final drawings that viewers usually see, showing the artist's process in creating the characters.
Now, I quickly want to point out that I like how they have like a human shadow there for Teddy.
Yeah.
Just to kind of show that off. And something you pointed out, which I thought was interesting too, was that you have the main character here of P3, you said, right?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I kind of wonder why they put him there. Unless he was supposed to at one point maybe appear at some point in the game. Maybe when you go visit the school from P3.
I mean, it's possible that it was planned as an Easter egg and maybe it got changed. Because, I mean, they do leave Easter eggs. Like, Persona 3 Portable has an Easter egg for Catherine.
Okay, that's neat.
So, it wouldn't surprise me if you ran into him at some point.
And then over here you have the main character presumably with a bandana. Which personally I don't think looks all that good. I kind of prefer him without.
No, it's a little bit too much flair. It's just funny because, like, before we zoomed in, it kind of looked like Daidara to me.
Yeah, so Megan thought it was Daidara initially. And it got me thinking, well, maybe at some point, maybe when you're going into the TV world, maybe he was supposed to change his style and put like a bandana on. But
Maybe do the typical anime thing.
Yeah, but I'm glad they didn't do that, though.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that Naoto is here, too. But, like, none of the other characters. Oh, no, Chie's there. Okay, never mind. And Yukiko. Okay.
Yeah, they got some of the other characters.
None of the other dudes, though. Besides Dojima, I mean. Intriguing.
This was drawn for the cover of Volume 3 of the Persona 4 drama CDs. The way the protagonist is signaling Nanako, his friends surrounding him with cheerful expressions, and the blue sky above them gives the viewer a sense of youth.
And I do like this one. If it's for a drama CD, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And I like this one a lot, actually. I really like this art. It's very comfy. And I feel like it shows a lot of, like, the characters' personalities, even. Did I do the comment for this one?
I don't know.
I will do it again, just in
This
case.
was drawn for a special Famitsu.com blog page. These images are different from the final drawings that viewers usually see, showing the artist's process in creating the characters.
Okay, there you go. Just in case I didn't, right? But yeah, I like this one.
This was drawn for the covers of Volume 1 and 2 of the Persona 4 drama CDs. The natural expressions of the protagonist and his friends during a moment of peace are expressive of their youth.
I feel like there's a lot of character in this, which is probably why I like it. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of character in each of their poses and, well, generally their expression.
Yeah. Like, I like how Kanji is sleeping in this, or at least presumably dozing off.
Yeah.
I do like how Rise is looking at the protagonist, which, you know, is just, to be fair, what happens in the game most of the time.
I mean, that's true.
He still has a 1 on his collar. I don't see the 2.
It is a 2. If you look very carefully, there's a bit of a space in the middle.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And I do like how Naoto is playing with her hat. There's something just comfy about it and kind of fun.
Yeah, I do like how even after she gets found out for being a female, she still wears the male uniform.
Yeah. It's interesting. And I like it.
Yeah.
No, okay, that's it. Okay. Or is it? No. No, it's not. No, oh, I'm confused. Okay, because we started on this one here, but it originally started us here. So technically, we actually missed these two. So this is where it started us initially when we first did it. I don't know why it skipped it. Because this is where
Maybe because that was the last one you were on? I don't know.
Maybe. So we'll do this one too.
This was drawn
and the
as
other
a
ones.
key image for the PlayStation 2 release of Persona 4. In contrast to the protagonist standing before the monitors, their inner personas given form are shown on the static-laced screens.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I always did like this image. Pretty nice.
And then we have, you said the cover for the main game?
Yeah, the cover of the game.
Yeah.
This was created as the package design for the PlayStation 2 release of Persona 4. In addition to the portraits of each of the protagonists showing their distinct personalities, visual elements from the storyline are subtly worked in.
So I didn't actually say this during the first one, but I actually really like video game covers. I think cover arts for, and you and I actually, I wanted to do a video at some point on some of my favorites, favorite game cover arts, which I kind of forgot about that I wanted to do. But it's something that Megan and I talked about at one point, how we're just gonna find game cover arts and like give our thoughts on them. Because I think a game's cover can say a lot if it's done correctly, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of actually think Persona 4 kind of does that. Because
well, as I say, it definitely does, yeah.
Yeah, because like it shows all the main characters, gives you a hint to their personalities, and it shows like just some other stuff. Like for example, here you have the main character here in the middle, obviously, right?
Yeah.
As he should be, in the persona yellow, as I like to call it, because yellow is a big theme in the game for some reason, at least in terms of his coloring. You have his persona up here, which is just kind of cool. So it's like, oh, they're connected in some way, which is neat. You have the street and the scooter or motorcycle or whatever, kind of showing like, hey, still just like a normal average town, but oh, there's weird and mysterious things probably happening. Why is there a bear dude on a TV? Right? He looks happy, but could he? There's mystery to him. What's his deal? You have Yukiko kind of looking off. Chie kind of looking all tomboyish and spunky. Yosuke looking like, how'd they put it in the one comment for his design? Like a pretty boy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Then you have Naoto looking mysterious. Yeah, it gives a sense of like mystery, but also like normalcy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like how they actually had Naoto have her back towards the character here, because the whole twist of her actually not being a guy, right?
Yeah, right. So there's a lot to a good cover art, and I think this actually does really well, right? Mystery shows, but yet normalcy, right? Which I like, because that's what Persona 4 is, to me at least, from what I've played, right? It's like there's a lot of normalcy going out around your town doing stuff, but there's a lot of mystery to what's happening,
Yeah, I do find it kind of funny though, because like the bottom part of the cover art there, like it almost looks like they took screenshots from the game instead of just redrawing the areas like they did for the rest of the drawing was hand drawn.
It kind of does look like that, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this is literally just a bit of a screenshot-ish from the game, maybe. We have like the wall, because this is just like the main street, isn't it? And then you have like the gas station on the left, which is why the motorcycle's there. You have the bus stop on the wall over on that side.
Yeah, like this does look like it's probably the central shopping district.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, Megan, maybe we should do that whole video game box art idea that I have. Because a game's box art can be really, really good if done right. And I would love to talk about some of my favorites,
Yeah, okay, if you want.
Yeah, I just think it'd be fun. And I feel like it's unappreciated. It's underappreciated,
Usually, yeah.
Because like a lot of people will look at a game's box art and go like, pretty cool. Yeah, maybe I'll give this game a look. But you see, that's the point, right? It's meant to get you interested, but not make you realize that it's making you interested. Like it's really cool. Yeah. And that honestly might even be the purpose of the yellow here, is to kind of draw your eye to it, right?
That's probably a big point of it, honestly, because I imagine, at least especially in the PS2 generation, the color yellow really wasn't used that much.
Yeah.
So it probably stood out a lot compared to other games, especially because, like you said, it's in the middle of the drawing. It takes up most of the cover, and it's got interesting characters.
Yeah, right? Like that's the thing, right? Like the color yellow will draw your eye. You'll look at it. The kind of blue glasses contrast it, so it gets you more interested. You see the name of the game. It's like, oh, okay, big letters. And then you kind of like zoom out with your eyes and you see the other characters there, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's really interesting. I'm intrigued by this.
Yeah.
Right? See, game cover art is cool as hell when you really think about it.
It is, especially when it's more than just a guy with his back to the camera and a gun, like they were for so long.
Yeah. Well, is that P3, I'm guessing?
No, it's like a lot of the first person shooters like BioShock
Oh.
Infinite did it, a lot of the COD games did it.
Yeah, like I mean I can make like I will admit if we ever do my idea, I probably will talk a little bit about the COD games. Cause to an extent, I feel like they did it right up until it became too much, and then every other war game did it. Right?
Yeah,
I
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It was just a very common trope at like the beginning of the PS3 era. So this is probably stood a lot compared to a lot of PS3 and even other PS2 games at the time.
Yeah. You know what? We'll save the rest of the talk for later with this. We'll throw this in the cover art video, I guess, because I feel like we have a lot to say. Same with the COD stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. We should do that, Megan. Let's do that. Let's record that sometime soon. It'd be fun as hell. You can show me some of your favorites. I can show you some of mine. We can compare, rate, talk about them.
Okay.
Be ready for that at some point in the future, unless I forget, in which case it will happen, but probably not too soon. All right, and then we have this one. Go
And
ahead.
before Spike and Bass are like, where's our cover arts?
I mean, I think cover arts are cool.
This was made
I mean, they are.
wallpaper on the
Right.
official Persona 4 website. Since it was drawn with Christmas in mind, the Velvet Room residents wear red costumes, not seen in the main story, leaving a lasting impression upon the viewer.
Yeah, so this was designed as a wallpaper, which I think is pretty cool, especially considering
Yeah.
you have P3 in there.
Yeah, well, those are the Velvet Room attendants, right? So you got Margaret on the left there and Elizabeth on the right.
Yeah, which is neat. I like it.
It is neat.
Yeah, I also kind of like how P3's font is like blocky. I never thought about that. I never noticed that.
I never really did either, but I guess it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, probably. Yeah, and I kind of look at P5s because, like, I kind of wonder if they used a different style of font for each one. Because, like, on P3s is very blocky, and P4s is, like, at an angle? Right?
I mean, I would assume they used a different one.
Like, it's interesting. Like, I wonder if they put it at an angle because of the whole mystery aspect.
Maybe. Because, I mean, Persona 5's, well, it's kind of like a... like very heavy borders on it. Almost looks like an anime type style. So they do seem to stylize their titles. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the other Persona games are also like that.
Would you also say it kind of invokes, like, a comic book kind of feel?
Yeah, I could see them adding that considering the cover does remind me a lot of a comic book cover.
You know what? The more I look at this, actually, the more I'm kind of happy the other one failed. Because, like, the other recording failed. Because I'm noticing a lot more with this. And I think it's actually really interesting, even just looking at this. Because, like, I don't know much about P3. I don't know why it'd be blocky. But I know enough about P4 at this point, I would hope, to say, like, having it be on the side all kind of skewed like that, I think is meant to invoke, like, a mystery kind of thing. Because that's usually what it is when something is kind of tilted on its side, right? It looks off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a sense of unease.
Yeah, a sense of unease, which is really interesting. And if P5's one looks more blocky with like outline, not blocky, but like has thick outlines, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of gives me the feeling of like a comic book maybe, or like you said, some kind of anime or manga stuff. Because which makes sense, I think, because the Phantom Thieves, I don't know much about the game. I know the Phantom Thieves are a thing. They kind of give that same kind of feeling as like maybe a comic book hero, right?
Yeah, like I would even say their different quote unquote costumes do kind of give me that vibe too. They do look a lot like comic book or anime characters. And like even with stuff with the UI, like it's very much anime and manga inspired.
Yeah. So see, you know what? Props for Persona for like actually theming its title for each game. That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what Persona 6 is going to be like. Like, obviously, once we eventually get an announcement for it.
See you in 10 years.
No,
Okay, I think
it's already
that's it.
been like 8 years since Persona 5.
Whoops. You know what? Should we just skip Edogawa for this time and then just do it like the next time? Because we talked a lot about like the art. We did do this one before. We'll do it again. We'll just jot it down that we haven't done 9 yet.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because that discussion went a lot longer than last time.
It did, which is once again kind of why I'm glad the last one kind of failed, because we talked a lot more in that one. And it was a more interesting discussion, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll jot it down. Do the 9th lecture of Edogawa's TV Classroom next time. Okay, but for now though, let's get on to the actual video game because the actual video game is fun. Oh, hold on. I'm also gonna just note down for myself to do Edogawa's 9th classroom. I won't be surprised if Megan put it on like a notepad or something, but remember to do 9th classroom. Probably just with the 10th one, I guess. May as well
Probably, because I assume we'll have both of them.
Probably. So yeah, all right. This is literally where we got to when it crashed. By the way, like.
Yeah, we just started.
Yeah, we literally just started. So everything from here is still new. Yeah, looks Sim's ever inside.
Aside from the fridge.
Yeah, aside from the fridge, nothing new in there. Today is the day the school was founded, so you have the day off from school. That's pretty nice.
I wish we would have got that.
That would have been cool. See, Japan's cool. Well, then again, you also have like 6 days of school each week, so maybe not as cool, but cool enough, right?
That's true. Because even not counting our extra PDDs off, we probably have a similar amount of time of school with them because they have the extra day.
Probably. You need to investigate the town. You wonder if you'll be able to gather the information you need to catch the killer. No, okay, so now we just wander around and like talk to people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely just took a screenshot. Like they probably maneuvered the camera and like put it roughly. Well, I don't know, where would they put it? Because like I don't see the walking, like the crossing sign, unless that's off somewhere that I can't see. Because I mean,
it could be off somewhere. It could also be the street going like the other way too, like if behind the gas station there, maybe.
Maybe. Because yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have easily just like set the camera up like along one of these areas where like the player is standing, and just like because they clearly have it modeled on both sides. Even if you don't see it, right? Like even if I don't see it here, they probably still have like the building on the right modeled, you know, to an extent at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I would assume they have a model at least to where you could theoretically see, but they control the camera in this game, so you can't really see outside of the camera.
Yeah. Can I help you? About those murders. That incident last spring? I still wonder what happened. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I'd almost completely forgotten about that. Wow, I must be getting old, huh? What's going on here? What is it? About those murders. What are you talking about? You explained about the incident involving Saki and Yamano, the female announcer. Did all that happen just last spring? Wow, it seems so long ago. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway? I mean,
we did.
We did. Man, this fog makes me feel like we're still inside the TV. I wonder if we can really find any new clues about the killer. No use whining about it now. Let's step up the search and get that info. This fog has got to be some kind of biological weapon. It's a conspiracy. You know who I heard it was? Juness. Yeah, that's right. Juness. The country of Juness is staging an all-out attack on Inaba. Guy's a little crazy.
Just a little bit.
What are you, Dedora? If only I had some scorching scale, I'd be able to make a new type of weapon. Okay. Wasn't really helpful, but sure. Information on what happened before we entered the TV world, You know, about that first murder. I wonder why it happened. Let's ask around and gather as much information as we can. I'll see you later. Yeah, you just stand there, I guess. I tried talking to this old guy earlier, but he didn't even see me. What with the fog and all. Guy just ignored me and walked off. I know it wasn't personal, but it kind of hurt. Damn fog. Hurry up and go away. Wait, I can buy more of this. Smash that orange. So, Megan, what are the chances I can max out an orange smash before the end of the game?
I think pretty high, considering you're not even using them.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to use an item again, to be honest. There's really no need. I mean, I have 38 already. I might be able to.
I mean, yeah, it'll be pretty close, but you might be able to.
Yeah, it will be pretty close. I don't know. I think there's potential.
I mean, there is always potential.
Hey, listen to this. Rosette came and spoke to me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I asked her for her autograph and what type of guys she's into. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sure you can see how busy I am. About those murders. Didn't they capture the suspect and put a lid on that case? Are you done asking questions? Good. Now go away. I'm very busy talking to Rosette right now.
Oh.
I've been asking around about Teddy too, but I'm surprised how many people actually remember him. They're all like, oh yeah, that guy in the bear suit from Junes. But nobody has seen him yesterday or today. He's loved by so many different people. Where the heck could he have gone? Hopefully we find him. Even if someone's been killed, everyone just forgets it so easily. But rumors they hear from friends and TV get remembered for a long time. Why is that? It's been a while since the first two incidents. Do you think we'll find anyone who still remembers them? The fog sure is dark and creepy, isn't it? Oh, you have a question for me? Yeah, about those murders. A little while ago, they said that a suspect had been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was that Namatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. Oh, how horrible. It really does frighten me. I don't recall seeing any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Is it true that there were no other suspicious individuals? Perhaps you should ask someone else about this. Like you? The fog isn't clearing. Even though the year is almost over, it's deplorable. It'll be so cold on New Year's that I'll never be happy. What do you want? Oh, I even have a new question to ask. Ah. You recall anyone suspicious? There isn't anyone like that in this town. I even know you. You're that kid who's staying at Dojima-kun's house. Okay. How about you, child? I know everything about bugs. Well, I can't ask you about people, apparently. My teacher said to go home quickly because of the fog. It's nice not to have the girls chasing me around, but it's boring because I can't play soccer now. You have your priorities? Right, kid. So, question. So, am I able to, for example, just like end the day, or do I need to I'm not gonna do it, but like, would I be able to just like end of the day, or would it be like, no, you need to find out what's going on? Because like, I can't even hit like select or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you would actually have to do it today, just because there's more cutscene tonight.
Okay. Since all I hear from everyone is poison, I'm getting kind of freaked out. I wonder where I can buy a gas mask. I need to get one. Everyone else has one already. You know, so weird fact about me, I kind of really want to own a gas mask at some point, just for like not for any reason like, oh, I'm suspicious of like the shit that's happening in the planet or something. I just think it'd be cool to own a gas mask. You know, I just think it'd be neat.
Do.
Damn. Okay, let's try the natural.
Do.
Damn. Okay, Megan, which one do I try?
Dr. Salt Neo. Do.
Nice. Okay, which one do I try?
Dr. Salt Neo.
Okay.
Do.
Damn.
Oh, unlucky.
We'll try 1 second made.
Do.
Damn it.
No.
Okay, Dr. Salt Neo.
Do.
Too late, Megan.
A little bit.
It's me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? When I'm at home, I just see more news about the murders. I thought I'd stay out here and watch the sunset. Of course, I'm going to watch TV when I get home anyway. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all this fog. Ah, I hate it. It's so depressing. Ah, do you have a question? Recall anyone suspicious? It's a small town. If there was anyone suspicious, there would be rumors going around all over. But at least I haven't heard any news or rumors like that, so I'd say there's no such person. You gotta be careful when taking your motorcycles out on a foggy day. I wish whoever had honked at me when I slowed down more than usual understood that. He yelled at me for going too slow. What's so wrong with following the speed limit? Wait, or was I at fault there? Alright. Okay, so now I gotta go asking around about anyone suspicious, huh?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a back and forth, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so.
Recall anyone suspicious? No, I don't think I've seen any suspicious people. Except for you, who's interrupting my conversation with Rosette.
Ooh.
Man, chill. She's gonna be my GF soon, dude. Soon. Eventually. When I actually, you know, put more time into her social link. I mean, she's actually high up there, isn't she? Yeah, she's 6.
Yeah, you're getting her up there.
I just need to get her up there before Christmas. Which hopefully I can do. I should have a lot of time, I think.
Yeah,
after all
you
these
should be
cutscenes.
fine. You just might need to focus on her a little bit.
Yeah, but I can do that. A suspicious person? No, I can't think of anyone. Not from this town, anyway. Okay, what about you? A strange person? Nah, I don't think I've seen any. I mean, this is a pretty small town, wouldn't you say? If I had, I'm pretty sure I'd remember. Okay, so let's instead go to Juness. Because I'm sure lots of people go to... Oh, hey, Naoto. First, we should retrace our steps. That would be the simplest way. Saki Konishi and Mayumi Yamano. There should be a commonality between the two. Surely there were some witnesses. Any scrap of data could be useful, no matter how small. Can I help you? Call anyone suspicious. A suspicious person. Ah, now that you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she's just wandering around the shopping district, so why don't you ask her? Yeah, okay. Wandering around the shopping district, so she wasn't there before, I'm guessing.
Probably not.
So is there anyone wandering around? I mean, her maybe, but I mean, yeah, she didn't let me talk to her, so maybe she will now. No. I mean, the only other person I can think of is her friend that keeps going, oh, I don't remember. Because, like, she's also dressed in the school uniform, so, like, maybe if I talk to her now, she'll be like, oh, yeah, actually, I do kind of remember. Huh? Someone told you that I saw a suspicious person? Oh, that. You remember Saki Konishi, don't you? Yeah, she passed away a while ago. She told me how that Namatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Something about the TV. I wonder what that was all about. His relation to Saki? Hey, I don't know what you're implying, but you've got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl. It's just that people misunderstood her. She must be referring to the time when Namatame tried to warn Saki. It seems the thing about Namatame making advances on Saki was a misunderstanding. That didn't really get me anywhere, I don't think. Did it? I don't know if that got me anything. Well, let's wander around and keep seeing what we can find. What's your deal again? I need to get you a thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the lamp, yeah. I still need to get fish for the cat. My daughter was in an accident. On top of that, it was a hit and run. Nobody could tell what kind of car it was because of all that fog. Sheesh, this is horrible. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt too bad. But she was right, wasn't she? That fog is dangerous. I need to start letting everyone know. The fog isn't clearing up, is it? Isn't that just a little strange? My wife is all business as usual, but I'm a little worried. By the way, do you need anything? Call anyone sussy. We've had a lot of people come to our store, but I can't say anyone was particularly suspicious. Hey, cat. You old man. Do you need something? I don't recall you being here before. Have I seen a strange person? I don't know. Out in the country, if there was anybody strange walking around, everybody would know about it right quick. Okay, what about those murders? Now that you mention it, the town was all abuzz last spring. You remember that, don't you? Okay, you didn't really help me at all.
Oh.
I mean, there's no point going to the school. It wouldn't be in Okina. What if I go back to the girl here? I hate how it's foggy. Okay, I'm talking to the wrong person. Every day now. This is the season for winter vegetables, too. What will I do if the fog really is poison? All my vegetables will go rotten. This is all because not enough people eat their veggies. If only my son would clean his plate, he'd... Okay. My friend was just wandering around just having this shit. See, I feel like that should have been a lead, but that didn't really get me anything. Maybe I talk to her again. Was there anybody I saw that mentioned Namatame making advances? You perhaps? Have I seen any other weird people aside from Namatame-san? Nope, I don't think so. It doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. Okay then. Then what is my goal?
Have you been talking to your party members?
See, I have been. I was actually just kind of thinking that maybe something with them's changed now.
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll start here. May as well.
Yeah.
Even if someone's been killed, everyone just forgets it so easily. But rumors they hear from friends and TV get remembered for a long time. Why is that? Well, I mean, that's kind of a hint, actually, I think. Well, at least we're talking to the girl at the June S and then going, like, back to her friend.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll find anyone who still remembers them? I mean, do I still need to find... I mean, I don't know if I need to find that anymore. I have a Teddy 2. Where the heck could he have gone? Old guy earlier. Wasn't personal. Information on what happened before we went to the TV world. First murder. See you later. So inside the TV. And new clues about the killer, and he's whining about it now.
I mean, I'm not sure if you need to, but you could also talk to Daidara and the other lady in the general store as well.
I mean, I did try talking to Daidara, and he was like, yo, I need this for a new weapon.
Oh, okay. I thought that was before. Never mind.
First tracer steps. Could be a commonality between the two. Some witnesses. See, I feel like... Dojima residence, maybe? Or there's someone here that knows something. More seedlings. I mean, yeah, I'll buy these, sure. Why not? In the end, my mother-in-law wouldn't eat anything I cooked, and the fog never cleared up either. I guess I'll stop going to my mother-in-law's house after all. So, a commonality between the two. I mean, what would the commonality between the two be besides them both being murdered? It's like, I feel like Naoto is going to be the best hint giver. Like, what would the commonality be? Like, gas mask man? I mean, maybe just being around this area. Calling anyone sus. Rumors about all over town. Any rumors? Okay, so I just legit won't find any more rumors, any more information on a suspicious person. Okay, so what about the about those murders? Oh, come on, don't make me even more depressed. They said on the news that the suspect had been caught. So that whole thing is over now, right? What else is there? So who did I not ask about the murders? The old man. I can't remember something from that long ago. Okay, he's very straight and to the point.
I would say that's it. Can you go up to Tatsumi Textiles there? Maybe talk to her in there?
That's a
It's
barber.
a little farther down. Yeah, next one down.
Textile shop. There's no reason for you to be here right now.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe you could go there or go to Maruku and see if you could talk to them.
I mean, possibly not. Like, well, I'll try going to Maruku. That's just like right here.
Yeah.
An old woman is tending the store. Nope.
Or the Aya shop, maybe.
You dropping hints, Megan, or are you just like contemplating?
I'm contemplating.
Okay. You have to gather information. Try asking some of the nearby people.
It's like, no noodles for you.
No noodles for you. I mean, the only people I don't think I've asked about the murders would be, like, actually at Juness, I think. And the floodplain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go there and see.
The incident last spring? I don't remember anything from that long ago. I'm going to be studying for college entrance exams next year. So I've got no room for useless information like that. Nah, I can't talk. Hold on, time for me to take another sip of water. My mouth gets
Water is
dry
good.
now. Water is good and helps with speaking.
Yeah, it's hard to speak when you're thirsty.
Well, plus it's like the mouth getting dry, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's my issue sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so the only other place I haven't asked people about the murders themselves would be the floodplain. So I can't do it with you. Can't do it with you. I can do it with you. I'm sorry. All I remember is that something happened. I know it's pretty shocking, but what can I say? A lot of time's passed. It doesn't look like you find any more information on the incidents last spring. You have gathered as much information as you could. You should report back to the group. So literally just ask everybody both things.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay. Chinese diner. You met up with your friends after you finished gathering information.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
We should have stolen a police badge.
Would have been funny.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
Hell yeah. Time to eat.
That's not what I meant.
Food break.
But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Tasty. What am I going to
sounds
have?
good.
You all finished eating the dishes that you ordered.
Oh, now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
Blah, 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 blah. You spoke with everyone about the information you gathered today.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed.
True.
There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel.
True.
I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Okay, don't disappear, please. Just sitting here won't help you think any better. You decide to go outside to get some fresh air.
I mean, it does sound like a good idea.
That does. Ooh, snow. Or ash, perhaps.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here. Maybe this will help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing.
See, this is like t-shirt weather, man. T-shirt and short weather.
No.
Yeah, like this is like where you hang out just like all naked and stuff, you know?
No!
Hey, is it snowing?
Be decent. Okay.
Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock facing you. The clues you need must already be in your hands.
What's the matter?
Thinking. You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Konishi. And judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely that they also knew what Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Another oddity about the case is that there were almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw someone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Mayumi Yamano or Saki Konishi either, despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation. There must be someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... I get to choose. Teddy.
Yeah.
Is this where you wanted me to do a thing to get a bad ending?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's after you get the correct person.
Oh, it's after I get the correct person.
So if you get the wrong person here, this is a different bad ending.
Oh, really?
I think. Pretty sure.
So if I select, like, Chie, is it different from selecting Yosuke?
I don't think it's any different depending on who you select, as long as it's not the right person.
Kanji. So right now it's all your party members, which I'm sure isn't true. That would be a twist.
That'd be funny.
That'd be a good twist, actually, if it was.
It was Yukiko the entire time.
But so you can actually pick Nanako. You can literally pick anybody, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I think
interesting.
it lets you pick pretty much everybody.
That's actually pretty cool. I do like that. Because you
You
need
can
to
pick
actually...
Mr. Moroka. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just like how you can actually pick literally anybody that you want. Like, you've got to actually think about it.
Yeah.
And, like, make some deductions. Okay, so based on what we've talked about before, which actually kind of set me up for this, I feel like it's either Dojima or Adachi, as we've talked about, right? Dojima would be a really good twist. You know, he'd actually be a really good twist if it were him.
I mean, it would be.
And he would be... I mean, he would be able to give you the letter without being sus. Because he literally lives there.
True.
Damn, I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning towards Dojima a little bit. Adachi's a really good case, though. but I mean, I don't know. A lot of it, I don't know. I'm debating maybe it actually. I'm trying to think back to, like, is there any point in time where I know it couldn't be Dojima. And he has been okay. See now, okay. I'm thinking in terms of meta now, right?
Mhm.
Because the thing is, with Dojima, it actually does make perfect sense. Because he's been trying to make sure you stay off the case no matter what the whole time, right?
True.
So it kind of makes sense if he did plant a letter and then say like, "Oh, I found it. What was that you're looking at? Oh, we can't have you do it anymore. We're gonna lock you up in like interrogation," right? In a weird way, that actually kind of makes a lot of sense.
It does.
And then Nanako gets involved, and then it's like, oh shit, maybe I actually went too far. that actually makes a scary amount of sense, to be honest. But would he have a reason to like Adachi? Doesn't seem like he values life at all, and his ties askew. Which, to be honest, if you're trying to design a character, right? His ties askew, so it's like lazy. Also kind of shows how much he doesn't care about life. Hold on, give me like 1 sec.